problems that installers have wrapping grass cloth around corners. And I say grass cloth because there's no give in grass cloth. You can't pull on it and stretch it, nor can you push from the seam into the middle. To make this line straight and sort of push a little bit here and up and down and get rid of it like you've seen in other videos for those of you who watch many of my videos. So your grass cloth is stuck, so to speak, where it lands, okay? So when I wrap around this corner from here to here, I'm stuck with either the perfection of the plumbness or the lack thereof of the corner. And it's either going to look perfect if my plumb line is perfect, or imperfect if my corner lacks plumb. Everybody who hangs paper knows what I'm talking about. So, how do you remedy this? First of all, as an installer, you have to understand what's going on here in order to explain to your customer. I mean, if you're paying $200 a roll, your customer's going to want to know what is going on here. What is this? Okay. First of all, let's see if our corner is plumb, so that we're not speaking about things of which we know nothing. There's our laser line, brought to you by Bosch. This laser is one of the best lasers on the market, and I have upgraded since my last laser video. I got the GLL 300G. The 300G is the 300 feet distance. This line will be protected all across the room. And it's green because you can see green in the daylight, okay? This laser line will give you 2 verticals, as you see there. And it's great for carpentry work, hanging shelving around rooms, etc. Studs, walls, etc. But for wallpaper, if you should try to hang a patterned wallpaper around a room, especially a big room, and you think you're going to do it without a laser level, you're wrong. You'll have a rose here, a rose here, a rose there, and then it'll be up there when you get across the room. You'll be off. Okay, now, let's look at the top of this corner. Is my laser on the corner? Or to what degree is it on the corner? You can see that 3/16 at the 3/16 inch point is where my laser falls at the top, right? So we have 1/8 to the left of the line, and it starts at 3/16. Now watch what happens when we go below. You see the little ball protruding right there? You see it protruding? Okay, not a big deal, right? As we go down, the laser gets closer and closer to the corner, doesn't it? In fact, right now it's on the corner. And as we go down, we see the laser line getting thinner and thinner. Lo and behold, right where we have the fat point. So we see up there, our laser is clearly on the wall, right? Look at the top. Look at the top. Wouldn't you agree that that is far more space than it is there, just 4 feet below? Okay. As I begin to prove my point, I want you to take into consideration. Now you see, we recovered that. We recover some space at the bottom there, right? So you see that the space between the corner and the laser is almost 3/16. Let's call it 3/16. While here, it's on the corner itself. Now, picture making a bed with a big, fluffy comforter. And you pull the comforter toward each corner, each of the 4 corners, and you make it nice and flat. Now, picture putting a massive pillow underneath the middle of the comforter. And this big fluffy comforter is now pulled on each of the corners. We now know, if we have a big pillow in the middle of the bed, that the point at which the comforter meets the bottom of the bed is now going to be higher, right? It's going to be higher because we got this big pillow in the middle, consuming volume, consuming the space of our comforter. Okay? But since it's in the middle, it will have an equal effect on each of the corners of the comforter at the bottom. Because the bump, being in the middle, will have an equidistant effect on the distance from the center of the mattress to each of the 4 corners of the mattress. So I had to go to voiceover because the customer was playing copyright music. Now let's take our example of the displacement of volume of a mattress cover and apply it to our corner. If your corner is crooked, you would agree that in some places, such as here, the corner is inward, and where it's nice and tight against the wall covering, the corner goes outward, such as is the case at the top of this corner. But where we get the fat wallpaper, such as right here, we know that the corner is not as pronounced outward as is the case when the wall covering is tight, as at the top. So like a mattress cover, our wall covering wraps around the corner, and because the corner doesn't occupy the unyielding material in some parts of the corner as much as it does in other parts of the corner, we have space. And it manifests itself in a sagging corner, or what we call a fat corner. The corner simply doesn't come out and fill the wall covering enough. If this were paper or vinyl, it wouldn't matter, right? You and I know why. We would pull the vinyl or the paper against the corner. With grass cloth, this is like denim jeans, okay? You're not pulling anything without suffering a crooked piece on the other side of the corner. You see this piece right here, right in front of you? If I were to pull that corner tight, that's fine. Oh, it'll wrap around the corner, but all of this area right here, it'll be all buckled because the corner goes in and then it goes out, And what do you think the result of that in and out is going to be on this side of the wall covering corner? It's going to manifest itself in buckles. Okay? It's like a very large person wears a jacket. The same jacket is worn by a very slim person. The large person, it looks like the jacket ends at his waist. The small person, the jacket goes down several inches below the waist, right? And why is that? Because the gut is consuming more of the volume of the jacket above the waist. Well, if your corner is not pronounced throughout, top to bottom, in the same way, you're going to have fat corners. And so I want to show you what to do in order to remedy this situation with grass cloth. Oh, you can fix the situation. You just got to know how to do it. And I'm going to show you how. Stay tuned. So when you have grass cloth going around a corner, a professional will anticipate this problem and bring it up to the customer's attention. So before we explain the remedy for the situation, let me first tell you that expect this on all of your outside corners when you're hanging Manila hemp. And then expect it usually on all grass cloth installations, but especially this stuff. This is very taut material. Number one, put paste on your corners prior to installing the material and let it tack up. That's number one. Number two, don't leave your corners alone after you pull the material around the outside corner. I don't care if your corner is a little crooked. I do care if you leave your corner alone and go and start installing the next several sheets. Here's what you're going to do, and it's going to work like a charm. And how do I avoid the fat corner? Well, you can start by hanging this wall covering on a perfectly 90-degree corner. Is that what I have here? You tell me. As you look at this perfectly sharp wall covering. Is that perfectly 90? Who said that it was? There's my line right on the corner. But look what happens at the bottom. Wow, it's not so perfect, is it? Oh, as I go up, my laser is on the corner. And now it's about to go off the corner. And there it goes. It's off of the corner. It comes back on. It's barely there. Only to come back at the end. A typical corner in today's construction industry. And you know what? Let's give the contractors who built this corner a break. This isn't so bad. But when you're hanging Manila hemp grass cloth from Phillip Jeffries and there's no give in it, there's a solution. I just want to show by going up and down on this corner that you understand that this corner is as imperfect as any other corner. At the bottom, my laser line, the left edge of my laser line, is 1/4 of an inch from the corner. That's 1/4 of an inch. That's on my corner. So I go from 1/4 of an inch from the corner to the edge of my laser, to my laser being right on the corner, to the corner coming back at the top. Here's how you remedy this situation. You dedicate an hour of your time after you install this wall covering to come back to this corner every 5 to 10 minutes and push the glue against the backing of the wall covering. And you will force that corner to adhere. And that's the only way Spencer's going to be able to do it. And you keep pushing that air that's generated by this crooked corner. It's not that air is causing it. Not at all. It's that the crooked corner is lifting my wall covering in certain areas, and what will take the place of the space but air. Don't be fooled that this is caused by air. When you move the wall covering, air takes the place of the space, right? And you keep working that corner like this, in half moon strokes. Look, I'm not ever doing this. You won't ever see me doing a corner like this. That's ridiculous, because the space between my smoother and the corner is an air pocket if you do it like this. But if you cut the corner at a perpendicular angle and then do half moon swipes, you're forcing the air to get away from the corner. And then I do the other side. You see that? You do half moon swipes and make the corner adhere. Once again, the air pocket is caused by the release of the wall covering from the corner. It's tense. Your wall covering is doing this. And then what happens as you let it go? It does this. It goes from this to this with this space. But if you keep going over this corner, and you only have about an hour to do it, after that, your glue is dry, your backing is too dry to do anything with it. So you keep saturating that backing, preventing it from drying, preventing it from detaching from the grass cloth, and you force both the backing and the grass onto the wall so that it remains attached. If you don't do this, what happens is that the backing on the grass cloth will detach from the grass cloth, and you'll have the backing attached to the corner, but it will be detached from this material that you see here. By doing this, I'm keeping the material and the backing to stay together and dry together and stay attached. If I don't do this, I lose the attachment of my grass from the backing, and you can do this all you want after an hour. It's not going to do anything. Your backing underneath is already dry and it's attached to the wall. Look at how smart that corner looks. Now, take a look right above here. She keeps trying to get away, and you have to force it back. You see that? You see that air pocket right here? You hear it? You see? You keep working that in. And if you do this every 15 minutes, you check your corner. If it developed any air due to detachment, simply press the paste back down against the wall covering and reattach. Hey, thanks for visiting my channel. If you're enjoying these videos, do me a favor before you go, hit the like button and click the subscribe button and hit that little bell up there to make sure that YouTube notifies you every time a new video comes out. If you don't hit the bell, subscribing really doesn't do anything to help you, and it doesn't do anything to help me either. Hit that bell and enjoy all of my subsequent videos. Thanks for watching my channel. See you on the next one. At the end of the day, I went to another part of town and finished this project. Isn't this gorgeous? I know some of you may say it's busy, but I really love this pattern. And if you like this wallpaper, go to wallpaperboulevard.com and you can find dozens upon dozens of your favorite wallpapers, paper that you never knew existed. Check it out. That's www.wallpaperboulevard.com. Hey, if you love this wallpaper like I do, you can order it, and it's called Strawberry Thief. Believe it or not, that's the name of this product, Strawberry Thief. Enjoy it.